So you will have seen that I have got rid of my CBR 650 and bought myself a new bike. So, can you tell from these pictures what bike it is? Well, there she is. For those of you that didn't quite get it, it's a Honda VFR 1200X Cross Tourer, and this is the Highlander edition. So it's the Highlander edition. It hasn't come with all the panniers and such like, but it has got the crash bars and also the factory heated grips. Have a look round her. I originally was going to go for the standard version in the candy red, but there wasn't any of them available, and Honda couldn't even give a deadline date as to when more would be shipped over. So this was the showroom model that my dealer had, and I really do like the two-tone deep red and black of the Highlander colours, and because this came with heater grips and the crash bars, they did me an even better deal. Only a couple of hundred extra quid. So there she is. I think it's quite a good looking bike. Purposeful from the front. Good side profile. Let's go out for a bit of a ride, and I'll tell you a little bit more around why I decided to buy this bike. So why did I decide to buy the Cross Tourer? Well, very simple. Doing what I'm doing right now. That's lugging miles around. But why the Cross Tourer? Well, firstly and foremostly, in the end of the day, it was the money in the deal. That's what sealed it. So if you've seen some of my previous videos, you'll know that I've been thinking and considering a kind of comfy adventure style bike for a little while now. And so, considering the dealers around me, this is why I ended up going for this one. Firstly, I'm not a fan of the KTMs. I know they're brilliant bikes, but I just don't like them. Nothing more complicated or simple as that. The Triumph Explorers, I like the look at. I had a good look at those at one of the motorbike shows last year. And also BMWs, I do like the GS, and I also really like the S1000 XR. And it's a Ducati, so who doesn't like the Multistrada? Now, have I tried any of these other bikes? I'll be honest and say, no, I haven't. The reason why I haven't is because I know what I'm like. I know that if I jumped on an Explorer, yeah, I wouldn't want the base model Explorer. I'd want probably the top of the range one with all the little bits, bells and whistles. Likewise, if I jumped on a BMW GS, I wouldn't have the base model. I'd want something a bit higher. Resale values definitely suggest that you need to spec them up. Same for the XR on that one. And the Multistrada, well, that's pretty much got everything on as it is. And I looked at it and I thought, do I really want to be spending 16,000 plus on a new bike? And the answer was no, I don't, because I can't afford to at the moment. So the Cross Tourer retails at about 12,800, and yeah, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles that all the other bikes have. I mean, it's got basic traction control, ABS, no fancy electronic suspension, no 6-axis IMU, cornering ABS, all that sort of palaver. So I kind of pitched for this one and went for this one because I knew that if I rode and test rode any of the other bikes, I would really like them, and I'd want to go and buy the top of the range model, but I couldn't, so I'd end up buying the lower range of the model and then constantly be thinking, oh, if only I had the extra money, I'm missing out. Buying this, there aren't any bells and whistles, and so I don't feel that way. And on top of it, once again, I got a really fantastic deal. I was looking at a standard cross tourer, which I was going to get some money off and various other bits and pieces, but yeah, I got a great deal on this at the end. This was the showroom model, 2017 model with the variable windscreen, which makes a big difference from the model that I test rode, and you can have a look at that video of when I test rode one of these bikes. And so effectively in that video I said that it was a very capable bike, a bit dull, and compared with the competition, probably a great second-hand buy, anything sort of 10 or below. So this is a brand new bike. I got 1,500 quid off, a combination of stuff from Honda UK and through the dealer. I got slightly better part exchange on my 650. And so effectively the numbers added up and I got a great deal on it. So that's why I plumped for this. So I'm pleased with what I've got. I really do like the looks of the cross tourer, especially the single-sided swing arm. Really nice. And it is, as I said, a very, very comfortable bike. I discounted things like the Suzuki V-Strom, the 1000 there. I sat on that and I really didn't like the riding position, just didn't find it comfortable. Plus also it would have meant I would have really had to have travelled to find a dealer. Yamahas just didn't float my boat, and if I'm perfectly honest, I'm not a huge fan of twins. When I rode the Africa Twin, which has got a 1000cc parallel twin engine, I said that the engine really had character, you know, quite vibey, and it was quite a fun bike, but I've always been a fan of 4 cylinders, and one of the real selling points for this is this V4 engine. It is incredible. It's so relaxed here at 70 miles an hour at about 3,500 revs. It's just incredibly civilized. And some people don't like it, but the cross tourer's seating position with the pegs slightly further forward than, it's not raked backwards. Just for my particular frame, it really fits me. I've said in other videos that with 1 or 2 notable exceptions, I don't think you can buy a bad bike these days. It's all about individual feel and taste. That expression, one man's nectar is another man's poison, and this bike just does fit me and suit me. Gonna have some of its quirks that I can get, that I'll probably have to find ways of riding around and such like. So there you have it. That's how I ended up with the cross tourer. We're going to put some miles on this thing over the coming months and years. Once I've got to know her a little bit better, I'll give you some more of my thoughts on it. Anyway, ride safe out there. Keep it rubber side down. Speak to you soon. Cheers.